What is the Babinski reflex and why does it change from infancy? Imagine a tiny baby's foot being gently stroked and seeing their toes fan out like a little starburst. That's the Babinski reflex in action, a fascinating part of how our nervous system develops. This reflex is an automatic response that happens when the sole of the foot is touched with a blunt object. In infants, the big toe moves upward, called dorsiflexion, and the other toes spread out wide. It's a normal reflex for babies because their nervous system is still maturing. As children grow, usually by the time they are around 1 year old, this reflex changes. Instead of the toes spreading out, they curl downward, which is called a flexor response. This change is a sign that their nervous system is developing properly. The key player here is a pathway in the nervous system called the corticospinal tract. This nerve pathway runs from the brain down the spinal cord and helps control voluntary movements like walking and grabbing. In babies, this pathway is not fully developed or covered with a protective layer called myelin. Because of this, the brain can't fully control the reflexes, so the Babinski reflex appears. As the baby's nervous system matures, the corticospinal tract gets stronger and covered with myelin. This process takes about the first 2 years of life. When it's complete, the brain can better regulate reflexes, and the toes curl downward instead of upward. If an adult shows the Babinski reflex when their foot is stroked, it can mean there's an issue with the nervous system. It might be a sign of damage to the corticospinal tract, which can happen after a stroke, spinal cord injury, or neurological disease. That's why doctors check for this reflex during neurological exams. It's a simple test that gives clues about how well the motor pathways in the nervous system are working. So, the Babinski reflex is like a little window into how our nervous system develops and functions. Its change from an upward to a downward response from infancy to adulthood shows how the brain and spinal cord mature and gain control over reflexes. It's a normal part of growing up, but if it reappears later in life, it can signal that something might need attention in the nervous system.